to understanding the structure of ITSM as a business person, I don't believe that you need to have a lot of in-depth technical knowledge about the practices of ITSM. But there are some basic things in the ITSM toolkit that you do need to understand if you're going to have or negotiate a successful relationship with an IT service provider. Basically, service management practices are divided up into 4 realms, and there is a hierarchical structure to that. And the first one, or at the top level, for example, is that of governance. And you hear, if you're a business professional, you're probably well aware of corporate governance, and hopefully your organization has some form of corporate governance in place. IT governance is the policies and practices that drive IT service management, and it's no different than corporate governance. But in an IT service management spectrum, if you're looking for a provider, what you want to know is that they've practiced some type of IT governance and that they have roles that are assigned to the management of that part of IT service management. The second area is strategy. And if you were to take a corporate structure and line it up to the IT service management structure, you'll find a lot of similarities. So first, we've got governance, which I just talked about. Second, we have strategy. And every service provider should have an IT strategy, one that includes you as its customer in terms of what kind of services it's going to provide, the policies that govern how that's provided, and how it will grow its capabilities in line with your business growth. So things like making sure that your provider has roles such as a service owner role and process owners and supplier managers. Those kinds of things are part of the strategy layer in the organization. So make sure that your service provider has IT strategy in place. The next layer is management. So again, if you think about a corporate structure, you've got corporate governance, you have corporate strategy, and now we have the management. Those are the actual policies and practices that are in place in the organization. The people who drive and manage those, things like process managers, business managers, service managers, customer service managers, those kinds of things. Make sure your IT service provider also has those kinds of roles designated within its organization. So for example, if you're a big customer to an IT service provider, they should have a customer or a business relationship manager in their midst to deal with you as a customer. That's the management layer. The last layer that in terms of what I call it is the execution layer. That's where the rubber hits the road and things actually happen on a day-to-day basis. That's where your service desk is managed from. That's where you have changes are managed from, service requests and that kind of thing are managed from. Make sure that your IT service provider has this kind of a structure built into their organization, that they have dedicated roles and processes and practices in place that operate each of these layers, and don't be afraid to ask for that kind of information. So think about it as you would a business structure. You have all of these things in place in your business. Your IT service provider must also have those things related to the management of IT. And so look for that. And those really, that's the basics in the toolkit. Once you know that those things need to exist and a little bit about what they look like, which you'll find in the book, you'll be well prepared to go off and talk to IT service providers about defining what it is you need and how you want it delivered.